Welcome to the Calm Life Admin podcast. I'm your host, Cheryl, and this is a quiet little corner of the internet for anyone who feels behind on the boring, never ending stuff: the bills, the renewals, the appointments, the emails you keep meaning to reply to. No shame here, no fix your life in 30 days, no color coded perfection, just gentle, practical ways to make life admin easier to return to. Today, I want to answer some of the questions I see come up again and again in ADHD groups, parenting forums, and life admin threads on Reddit and Facebook. Things like, how do you actually stay on top of it all? And why can't I just start? Let's get into it. If you've ever sat down to sort your life admin and somehow ended up doing absolutely none of it, staring at the pile, feeling that low hum of stress, then quietly closing the laptop, I want you to hear this first. That is not a character flaw. It's not laziness, and it's not just you. There's a real reason life admin feels so heavy, and once you understand it, it gets a lot lighter. So let's talk about it. So first, why does it feel so heavy? Here's something that genuinely reframed it for me. Researchers have a name for this. It's called the mental load, the invisible work of planning, remembering, and coordinating everything that keeps a life running, and it's enormous. One set of figures found that parents spend around 30 hours a week just planning and coordinating tasks and schedules, and that invisible labor takes up roughly 60% of their brain space on an average day. 60%. So if you feel tired before you've actually done anything, that's why. The exhausting part of life admin often isn't the task. It's carrying the task around in your head all day, waiting to deal with it. And that's the big idea I want to land early. Most of the weight isn't the doing, it's the remembering. So a lot of what we'll talk about today is simply about putting that weight down somewhere safe. Which brings me to the first real tip, and it's the one I'd start with if you only did one thing: a brain dump. Your brain is brilliant at having ideas and genuinely terrible at storing them. So, when you try to keep 12 little tasks in your head, renew the car insurance, reply to the school email, book the dentist, call the energy supplier, your mind keeps looping them so it won't forget. That looping is the stress. It's not you being anxious for no reason, it's an open file your brain refuses to close. The fix is to empty it out. Open one page, paper, notes app, whatever, and write down everything that's rattling around. Messy, unsorted, no order. You are not organizing yet. You're just emptying. This is actually evidence-based advice that comes up constantly for executive function struggles. Get it all out first, then sort. When I do mine, I dump it into my life admin planner. I open it in the browser, type everything out, and then turn each messy line into a calm little to-do whenever I'm ready. But the tool matters less than the rule. Out of your head, onto something you can see. Now, the question I see more than almost any other, especially in ADHD spaces, is some version of, why can't I just start? I know what I need to do, I have the time, and I still don't move. If that's you, please know there's a real reason. It's sometimes called task paralysis, and it's described as a kind of gap between intention and action. Your brain knows the task matters, but the part that's supposed to initiate doesn't fire on command. It isn't about caring or not caring, it's a wiring thing, and just try harder has never once fixed it for anyone. So here's what actually helps: make the task smaller, ridiculously smaller. Sort the paperwork pile is not a task. It's a project wearing a task costume, and no wonder you keep walking past it. Shrink it until it's almost silly. Not do the admin. Just open one letter. Not plan the whole week. Just write down tomorrow. The goal is to make the first step so small that starting feels easy, because starting is the hard part, not finishing. And once you've done the tiny thing, you usually carry on a bit. I keep these tiny steps somewhere visible, so the next small thing is always sitting there calmly, waiting, not shouting at me, just waiting. Let's talk about the most expensive sentence in all of life admin. I'll remember. We tell ourselves we'll remember the appointment, the bill, the thing we promised to sort, and then we don't, and it costs us a late fee, a rebooking, or just a spike of stress at 11 at night. The fix isn't a better memory. It's not relying on memory at all. Almost every good system, from the ADHD experts to the household organization forums, agrees on this one thing: make it visible. Out of sight really is out of mind. People stick the bill on the fridge or snap a photo of the letter the second it arrives. The principle is the same. The moment a task appears, give it a home outside your head. somewhere you'll genuinely see it again. For me, that's a planner I can open on my phone the second something pops up, then check on my laptop later. Don't ask your brain to be a filing cabinet. Let it think, and let something else do the remembering. Okay, the bills question. This one comes up everywhere. How do you stop getting caught out by renewals? And here's the thing, the bills that stress us most usually aren't the big ones. They're the ones we forgot were coming. Car insurance that quietly auto renews at a higher price, a subscription you meant to cancel months ago, the energy bill that crept up. None of that means you're bad with money. It means renewals are invisible until the day they land, so make them visible before they land. A couple of things that genuinely help: where you can, automate the predictable ones, set payments for just after payday so the money's there. And for everything else, keep a simple list of what renews and roughly when. A rough month is enough. You don't need to track every penny, you just need a heads up. I keep a bills and renewals list in my planner, so future me gets a gentle warning instead of a nasty surprise. That little bit of warning genuinely changes everything. It's the difference between choosing to renew and being ambushed by it. Appointments next, and this is a tiny habit with a big payoff. The appointment you forget is almost always the one you said you'd add later. Later never comes, the dentist confirms by text, you nod, and 3 weeks on it's vanished. It's not carelessness. It's that the moment you hear the date and the moment you need it are far apart, and nothing connected them, so connect them straight away. The second a date is set, a GP appointment, a school meeting, an MOT, capture it before you put the phone down. 10 seconds now saves a missed appointment later. I literally add it to my planner on my phone right there in the conversation while it's in front of me. Don't trust later. Catch it now. Here's a mindset shift that took the pressure off for me. If life admin only happens when you feel motivated, it'll always feel chaotic because motivation comes and goes. The quiet secret is routines, not willpower. A routine is just a small set of things you do at the same loose time, so you stop deciding from scratch every single day. It might be a 2-minute morning admin check, glance at today, see what needs attention, or a Sunday paperwork tidy. Tiny, repeatable, low effort. Once it's a routine, it runs on a kind of autopilot instead of borrowing energy you don't have. You don't need to overhaul your life. One small routine, done gently and often, beats a big plan you never start. And that leads into the weekly reset, which I promise is nothing like the 2-hour productivity rituals you've seen online. A reset is just a quiet 10 minutes where you look at the week, see what actually still matters, and gently let go of what doesn't. 3 small questions: what's coming up, what slipped from last week, and what's one thing I can let go of? You'll often find half the list isn't even urgent anymore. The point isn't to do more, it's to carry less into the new week. I do mine on a Sunday with everything in one view, so it takes minutes, not effort. No pressure, no perfect system. Just a calm look at the week ahead. So if I pull all of this together, here's the real reason life admin feels so heavy. It isn't one job. It's about 6 jobs pretending to be one. Tasks, bills, appointments, renewals, notes, routines, all different, all competing for the same tired attention. And when they're scattered across apps, paper, and your memory, your brain has to constantly switch between them, and that switching is what wears you down. The relief, honestly, the whole shift comes from putting them in one place, not doing more, just seeing it all in one calm view so nothing's hiding. That's exactly why I built my life admin around a single dashboard. It's the life admin planner from Structured Space. It runs in your browser, so there's no app to download, and it works the same on your phone, your tablet, or your laptop. I open it, I see today, the bills coming up, and what needs attention, and I can actually breathe. One calm dashboard instead of 6 scattered piles. If that sounds like the thing your brain has been quietly asking for, the link is in the description, and I'd love for you to try it. Before you go, the one thing I really want you to take from this episode: you don't need a perfect system, and you don't need to do it all today. You just need one small visible step. Do a 2-minute brain dump after this. Write down the one renewal you keep forgetting. Open one letter. That's enough. That counts. Life admin will never fully disappear, but it can be calmer, lighter, and easier to return to. Thank you for spending this time with me. Look after yourself, start small, and I'll see you in the next one.